You are listening to Comedy Club for Kids presents Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense. Who farted? That is a very tricky question to start the show with, that is, but thank you, Tobin, for sending that intro in. The problem is, though, is if you just ask who farted, you're not really giving any more detail as to when they farted, where they farted, how they farted, and indeed what that fart smelled like. So if you just say who farted just by itself, the answer could be everyone. Everyone everywhere farted, because everyone farts all of the time, don't they? I mean, every single person does several trouser pops a day. Every single animal releases bum typhoons multiple times, some way more than others. I see you, cows, and you really need to stop. And I'm pretty sure every fish and insect and bird releases farts as well. I mean, I haven't checked the facts, but sometimes you see a fly buzzing around and then it'll suddenly go in a weird direction, and I'm sure that's because it just farted itself off course, right? And then the same with birds. Sometimes they're like perching real quiet and looking real happy, and then they'll suddenly fly off really quick. Why? Because they farted and they want to escape before anyone blames it on them, right? Fish. I mean, that's hard to tell, but there are bubbles in the sea, so it's probably from their bums. Anyway, look at the land, right? Look at the land, even the land farts, right? That's what earthquakes are. And then the air farts, because that's how we get wind. You know, like wind, not wind, but it is also wind because it's air farts. Are there farts in space? Well, you get large gas clouds, so that must be a planet guffing up the place, yeah? So what I'm saying, Tobin, is when you say, who farted, and you want me to read that as an intro, unless you're going to be more specific, then it's very hard for any sort of answer, isn't it? I mean, though I should say, obviously it definitely wasn't me that farted, as I've never farted in my life, because it's rude. Yes, as you've noticed, hello, welcome, it's Radio Nonsense, the official Comedy Club for Kids podcast, suitable for all ages from to and everything in between. And this week, I thought I'd respond to some of your lovely messages that you email in and put on the reviews for this show, as look, things are kind of quiet in Comedy Club for Kids HQ for once. Well, apart from all the farting from all the animals. Oh, that's who farted, constantly. Do you know what? It's now just so normal in here to have a cacophony of farting animals due to all the ones that you keep sending in, that I just sort of forget they're here. I sort of don't even hear the sound anymore, even though it's endless raspberry noises. And, of course, there's the terrible, terrible whiffy smell that smells like 4,000 stale eggs have been sitting in an old yoghurt for 200 years. But you do keep sending those animals in, and it is rude to just get rid of a gift, isn't it? Gift or whiffed? I'm not sure. But for example, Ava, age 10, very kindly put farting rhino coming your way, which, I'll be honest, Ava, is very scary to read. I don't know if you know how rhinos can charge. They can charge really, fast and be quite dangerous. Well, basically, that's how their farts work as well, but out of the other end. Ava also suggested that I should give Linda a boyfriend, and she's put Steve, Bob, Jeff or John, which is a very long name for someone to have, isn't it? Steve, Bob, Jeff or John. I don't know who that is, so I'm not sure how to help Linda have them as a boyfriend. And I can't really just give her a boyfriend, as I suspect based on how picky she is about turning up to the show, she's probably not going to be happy with any old Steve, Bob, Jeff or John suddenly being her boyfriend. I should check though, shouldn't I? I should check with her. Linda, do you want Steve, Bob, Jeff or John as your boyfriend, Linda? Was it you that farted, Linda? Oh, maybe that's why she's never here, so she doesn't have to own up to it. Who is Linda? Where is Linda? And who is Steve, Bob, Jeff or John? Oh, it's all so confusing. Thanks also this week to Cortec, who reviewed the show by saying, I smell your farts. Well, you don't, Cortec, as I don't fart, so what you're probably smelling is all the farting animal farts, as yes, it is overwhelming. Also, a thank you to Brad, a girl who listens to this show at night, like many of you do, and has suggested that to help people go to sleep, I shouldn't play raindrops or river noises. I should play the sounds of mooing cows and nails going down a chalkboard and meowing dogs and barking cats on full volume. Right. Well, is that so, Brad? Well, just to help you get to sleep then, I have prepared all of those things all at once. Well, that is soothing. I mean, I would thank you, Brad, but I can now only assume you're completely fast asleep after feeling so super relaxed. Tobin, who sent the intro in, also sent in an excellently funny joke, so let me read that to you before we get on with the importantest bit of the show. Here is Tobin's brilliant joke. Can a matchbox? No, but a tin can. I love it. I love it. Superb wordplay. Well, unless I've got it wrong and you're saying that tins can actually box, which it might be why sometimes you get a box of tins. Is that right? I should really research into this, but it's very hard to do anything when all you can hear are animals farting. So thanks very much for your joke, Tobin, and that brilliant intro too. And don't forget, if you have anything you'd like to send in at all, whether it's jokes, farting animals, intros, suggestions for Linda's life, or questions that you'd like to be answered, you can leave them as a review for the show, which is obviously lovely. Or you can get your Grouchcopter Buffleheads, sorry, I mean grown-ups, to help you email us at podcast@comedyclub4kids.co.uk. And I do keep forgetting to say that's the number 4 in 4 kids, not like 4 FOR kids. It's like 4, like it's only 4 kids. And if 5 of you are listening to this show, I might get in big trouble. You can also come and see us live around the UK, and you can find our shows at comedyclubforkids.co.uk, as we are in theatres and art centres, and this summer we're going to be at loads of festivals too, like Latitude and Camp Festival and some others, so come and shout fart noises at us there. And now, after dealing with all your correspondence and very important views, it is time for the importantest bit of the show. I am very excited to have on the show today Bilal Zafar, a.k.a. B-Zafs, a.k.a. Billy Zaffington, the 463rd, or as he's known in Norway, Det Står Eggat. But of course, all of our listeners are going to know you, Bilal, as the only person to have a solid 100% attendance record of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You are the only winner of the Nobel Prize for goldfish balancing before it was controversially discontinued. And most famously, you invented the wheelless skateboard, which is really changed the whole shape of transport. So it's a delight to have you on the show. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very well, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I've had a lot of crisps today, and I'm feeling sort of energized by crisps. Yeah.
I had a pear.
How has that gone? I
had a pear. Really good.
Yeah.
Don't you think? Do you like them?
Do you know what? Sometimes the pears can be wrong. Like, you know, sometimes you can misjudge a pear by if you misjudge it by a day, it can either be like eating a rock or like eating like sludge, and it's all about the timing.
But when they're good, I just think they're one of the most underrated fruit.
Do you think?
A pear.
They do all right.
Yeah, when it's really juicy.
Don't they? Like your pears do all right in the kind of. They're often you get pears in yogurt and you get pears in juice and stuff. They sort of do okay as a...
I'm saying they should replace the apple.
What?
You know how
What?
in a book, you know how when you've just started reading books and the first letter is always, if it's like an alphabet book, it's like A for apple. I'm saying they should rearrange the alphabet and have P first for pear.
I like it.
That's how good they are.
I mean, this is fascinating. This would change so many things. Would New York be referred to as the Big Pear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would that
Yep.
you know, that famous brand suddenly be Pear? Would you get pear books and
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Pear phones. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. This is I mean, I like pears, and I do feel like, you know, what made apples get in there first. There was obviously a point where, because I can't imagine that pears and apples, they must have started out, they probably went to the same school, probably,
Yeah.
you know, learnt the same tricks. I don't know what put the apple ahead of the game.
Just got lucky, didn't it?
Yeah.
Got lucky.
Do you know, I reckon it's because apples don't go mushy. I mean, I know you can get some like slightly mushier apples, but I reckon it's because they're always like crunch. There's like always the crunch, whereas pears are like crunch, perfect mush, and that's, you know, they're a bit more temperamental.
But when they're right, they're the best. And yeah, that's something I'm working on as well.
I'm really impressed.
I'm getting the alphabet changed.
This is your next big thing after the wheelless skateboard. This is your next big.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm done with that. That's sold everywhere. That's fine. It just slides down the street.
Yeah, or doesn't, which is what I loved. I loved about the you know, I got one, and I love the days where I'm like, I'm gonna head here, and then I just didn't, and there was something really quite chilled about just going, oh, maybe I'll stay at home then.
It does say on the box you have to be on the top of a hill.
Yeah.
It does say that. So that's not my fault.
No.
If you're all buying it. I mean, it does say it on the box.
But I think that was one of the lovely things, because I think what you changed about, you know, transport's always been about going somewhere. And I think what you did was you said, you know, go with the flow. Like it's not about It's not about like you don't have to go. So if you don't want to that day, or if the skateboard doesn't want to take you somewhere, you're not going to go anywhere, and just maybe
No,
just
it's
deal
a
with
whole
that.
new way of living. I did a TED talk about it.
Yeah, you did, yeah. You also did that Teddy talk, didn't you, where you had to dress up as the bear? And
Yeah,
I love that. That was great.
I did the Teddy talk as well. Yeah,
that was really good.
in Copenhagen.
Yes. How was that?
Really, really good. Met a lot of great minds with similar ideas. Just basically loads of transport with no wheels is all it was.
Really?
It's a bike with no wheels. Yeah.
Is there? I mean, because I love it. I mean, it'd be hard to think of one that's as good as your one. The wheelless skateboard was just so perfect. What have you heard of others where you thought, like that? I wish I'd had that one because that's a great. I wish that had no wheels all along.
Yeah, the unicycle.
Oh wow,
that's much better. That's much better.
Yeah,
you just stand.
Yeah,
it's just standing.
Well, is it just
we can all do it all the time?
And some of those unicycles got that little seat on. Like, it's probably just quite comfy, isn't it? You just have a sit.
It's very comfortable.
Yeah, it's much easier. Unicycles are. Or I don't know why anyone. I've never thought. Like, I've never really understood why someone would just go, "Oh, I'll get there by the hardest way possible."
Does anyone actually use a unicycle to get anywhere, or is it only to do performance stuff? Do people go around on them?
Some years ago, when I lived in a certain area of London, I did see somebody go down the road on a unicycle, and
I can guess what the area was.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, maybe it was a performance. Maybe I've misjudged it and they were doing a sort of moving performance. But I did look at them and think, this is you've chosen to make your life harder than it needs to be.
Yeah, I'd say walking is probably easier.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Do they go fast?
No, because it's only got one wheel.
Yeah.
it's a really silly. A unicycle is really. It always. I mean, I could be misjudging this. It could be that they had a bicycle and half of it fell off.
That's probably what happened, isn't it? Is there must be unicycle racing, which we'll have to check out after.
There must be, mustn't there? But would you feel good if you won that? Because I'd sort of feel like, wow, I'm really good at doing something that's really not very useful or fun or comfortable.
But you could say that about the long jump.
Yeah.
If it's in the Olympics, unicycling.
Yeah. Yeah. But then if you're good at the long jump, that's quite useful in life, isn't it? Like, it's quite useful to just do a long jump. Like, what if you want to get across a river or something? There's no bridge.
Okay, fair enough. Or if you're late for the bus.
Yeah, exactly.
And the doors are just closing and you do a giant leap. That's pretty good.
Absolutely. That's amazing. It's got
fair enough.
Or if you're walking along but there's like 12 sausage dogs in a row, you don't want to tread on them. You can just get there's that sort of.
That is a problem in London as well.
Huge problem, yeah.
There's a lot of sausage dogs.
Yeah. If I mean, it's just to go back to the pear apple conversation. Sausage dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think we need to change what type of food? Would you prefer there to be a different type of food dog that?
That's a good point. I mean, of course, a lot of people are vegetarian, so I guess cucumber dog.
Yeah.
So you can't even say sausage dog.
No, not
That's
really,
upsetting for someone like you, right?
Yeah.
So cucumber, is that good?
Yeah.
Cucumber dog.
Yeah. I think
have to be longer.
Yeah, and probably not as sort of like sausages can be quite wobbly, which is handy for a dog because they can sort of move around. But if you were a cucumber, you'd sort of be just stuck in one shape.
Oh, that's a good point. So, what do you eat that's wobbly?
Well, the thing is, the easiest, the most boring answer would be a veggie sausage, but then that becomes a mouth. Say a veggie sausage dog, and that's a bit much, isn't it? So maybe I'm not vegan, so I eat cheese. So it could be like a cheese string dog.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
A cheese string dog.
Cheese string dog, yeah.
Yeah. God, I love cheese strings.
They're amazing, aren't they? Yeah. Terrible as strings, great as cheese.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely to have a mind like yours in the podcast. Though it's just so much to think about, and I keep coming back to the pears are just the thing I have to ask before. So we've got lots of very important questions that I need to ask. It's why I have you here. But the thing I keep coming back to is I just wondered what type of pear It was, because the only one I sort of remember, conference pear, which is one that I think you can only eat in front of a big room full of people, isn't it? I don't.
Let me grab. I've just got a bag here of the pears I just had.
Oh, that's
I'm just gonna
amazing.
check what it says on it. Oh, they are conference pears. Ripen at home.
Right. Rather than sort of while you're out and about, and they don't.
Yeah, no, at home. Don't ripen it on. Don't go to the park and don't go into a theme park. Don't go on the big roller coaster and try and ripen it there. That's not the correct. We've.
Do you think they've tried?
Part of our research.
Yeah.
We've been saying that.
Right.
We've been saying that for years.
You did try that. You've tried this. You've experimented with where it could ripen, and home is the best. Yeah,
that's the best. Not in a swimming pool.
No, really.
It will not ripen. It won't ripen.
What? That's weird, because people ripen in a swimming pool. They get all wrinkly.
Yeah, people, but they're not the same as pears,
sure, yes.
and that's what we keep forgetting.
Yeah.
And so that's why working as an inventor and going around, I've been trying to spread this message, doing the TEDdy talks.
It's brave work. It's important work, and I'm really pleased that you do it. So thank you, Bilal. I mean, it's an honor to have honor that you had time to do this show in between all the other important work. But obviously, hopefully, this show will help you spread that message.
That's the plan. Yeah, I'm hoping you spread the message.
Yes, I will. Like pears
the ripening.
Spread, do they? Pear. What's it called? Compote? No, it's like when you squish a spread. Yeah. Pear.
Squish a spread.
Yeah, you squish it. You get squishy fruit spread. It's called something fancy.
Oh, preserve.
Yes, maybe
there's
preserve.
Like raspberry preserve and stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Pear preserve. That's hard. No one wants.
That is good
that.
stuff, isn't it? The apple sauce is quite good, isn't
it? But you want to change it to pear sauce?
Oh, absolutely. We're getting rid of that. Sure. Really. We're looking at if by the end of next year we're trying to change the alphabet to the P first for pear, and then after that we're going to be looking at completely removing apples from the language.
Wow.
And that's controversial, but
yeah, you also. I feel a bit uncomfortable about that because I don't. It's almost like you've been wronged by it. Now this feels like you're being sort of discriminatory to apple. Like I don't. Do you need to get rid of all the apples just to kind of give pears the spotlight?
In our research we've been doing, we've looked into it, and we just need to get rid of. It's gonna have to go.
Wow,
I'm sorry.
I just worry there's gonna be protests. There's gonna be a lot of it. You're gonna come up against a lot of issues here.
That we'll do a counter we'll also protest. I can make signs. I've got a glue gun.
What? Whoa. Okay.
If you used a glue gun, don't worry.
I thought you only sort of had to use it when you're like fending off, like if you're ever attacked by bits of collage or bits of cardboard and paper, and then you got to take it down with a glue gun.
Yeah, but be careful with glue guns. They can get quite hot.
Yeah.
But they're excellent. But yes, I've had to defend myself from bits of card.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can make signs as well. I can make a giant sign that says it's going to say pears are here to stay. We're changing the alphabet down with apples.
That's quite a big message, is it?
It's a big sign.
Sure. Is any of that in small print, or is that all going to be large lettering on a very big sign?
That's all large lettering, and then small print will, say the thing about the unicycle's better with no wheels.
Yeah. Wow, I love it.
Just that can be small. That's fine.
In the alphabet, right? I feel like there's too many questions to ask about this. But in the alphabet, right? If you get rid of the apple and you're having the pear at the beginning, is A? Are you getting rid of A as well? Is it only going to be P's instead of A's? Instead of and, are we going to have to say pund? Is it if ant's going to become pants? Is it? How do we?
So we're still discussing this.
Okay.
We're doing a lot of research. We're looking at all sorts of words.
Yeah.
And whether they need an A. And there's actually some words that don't have an A in there.
Yeah.
And that we're making a strong case that can we just get rid of all the A's?
But your name's got an A in it. My name's got an A in it as well. No,
we're just going to have to change. It. I mean, I don't know. It might be better to just have numbers instead of names.
Oh wow, I like that. What you got a number you'd like to be?
17X.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's good. I've never thought about that. I might be 49 snail.
You can be 49 snail.
I might be 49 snail. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that's available.
Oh, this is right.
Yeah,
You switched me back. I'm back on the idea. I like it.
Okay.
I like it. Even I was really
but
worried.
snail can't.
Yeah.
It can't have an A in, so it will say snil.
Yeah, 49
So
snail. Yeah, 49 snail. That's perfect. I love it. Yeah, it's good because I also have that worry of one of my favorite bits when you have to say the alphabet is when you go LMNOP, and if there's no P there, you have to just go MLNOQ, and it's like,
LMNOQ.
Yeah,
it's got a better harmony to it.
Well, look, hey, I mean, you're the expert. I don't know why I'm criticizing this. You've done the research. You're the expert, and it's very exciting. I'm going to try as we go through. If any sort of A's pop up during this show, I'll try and change them for your sake to P's or get rid of them. But it's going to be tricky.
Oh, I should say thank you.
Yes, you should. Yeah, you should. But which I think also sounds lovely. It sounds really lovely. Well, look, listen. You're on the show, and this show is I think you're aware, but it's an audio podcast or an audio podcast. Audio podcast, and so people hear it with their ears as ers, hear it with their ers, and sometimes they might listen. But as I say to our listeners, if they listen to it with their knees, their bums, we don't mind. It's just as long as they listen.
That's fine. Yeah,
absolutely fine.
Yeah.
But because it is audio, I just wondered if you had a favourite noise that you could either make for us or tell us about.
I quite like a which is a little cat.
That was great.
Asking for something. Yeah. I just got a little cat.
Did you?
Yeah. For my parents. She's called Coco. She's she's 6 months old now. And she does that noise. But she's good.
It's a really good noise. Do you associate that noise with when she's asking for anything in particular, or is that just when she's asking for absolutely anything? Nice.
That's for food, I think. Or sometimes for playing. Can't really tell with a cat, sometimes you don't really know what they want. Yeah. And then you're looking at them like, I don't know what you want. And then they again. Yeah. Like, but the food bowl is full. Sometimes they just want company. She's 3 colors, Coco, which makes her a cat. Did you know this? I only just found this fact out. So a cat that is 3 colors is called a calico cat. And did you know that they only female cats can be calicos?
Wow. So male cats can't have that many colours?
No, they can't have 3 colours.
Yeah. Wow.
I know. I only found that out recently,
You'd be kind of gutted as like if you're a male cat and you like colours, you'd have to sort of, I don't know, get a hat or maybe put some...
You could get a nice collar. You could get a green collar and then that's 3 brilliant colours.
Yeah. That's really cool.
But it is tough.
Yeah, that is tough. But I had no idea. And calico cat would have to obviously be calico cat, which is quite difficult to say.
Oh yeah, sorry. Of course. Yeah.
But it's that's a fascinating thing. And what 3 colours can ask what 3 colours she is?
Yeah, you can ask. She's kind of unique. So a lot of calico cats will be like black, white, and ginger, but she's kind of grey, white, and cream.
Oh, wow.
Which is very nice.
Very calming.
Yeah.
She's thought about that and thought, I'm going to be quite calming colours. Could easily sort of blend into like an IKEA sort of furniture showroom, She
does blend into things. And I didn't think about that before. I didn't realise that'd be a problem, that she does go invisible sometimes.
That's part of their plan. That's what they intend.
That's part of the plan.
Yeah. Cats fully... it's been talked about a lot before, obviously in the world of comedy, but it is true that cats are only really on the planet to make humans' lives harder, while also we love them. They're cute. They're there for lots of good things, but ultimately their goal is to ruin lives.
Oh yeah, I think they're trying to take over the world, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Do you have any pets?
No, sadly not. My daughter wants a goldfish for her birthday, but I am I'm concerned because I think goldfish are the most boring pets that you can ever have in the world because they do nothing. They do absolutely nothing, and then every now and then they do a very long poo. that goes on forever, but that is
Oh
it.
yeah, they do.
That is it, and then they die, and it's like, oh, is that it? Is that all you did for me for like a year?
Well, why does she want a goldfish?
I have no idea. It's all she asked for. She was a goldfish.
Really?
Yeah.
That's lucky for you. You don't have to think about getting a giant dog or anything like most kids want.
That is true. I mean, we live in a small flat, so a giant dog would be a problem. I think it would take over the whole. I think that would then be I think we'd have to live outside if we had a giant dog. Whereas at least the goldfish can live in the flat in a corner, and we can watch it do nothing again and again.
Does it have to pay rent for staying in there?
Oh yeah, possibly. I don't know how a goldfish would do. Is that why they're goldfish? Have they got, because they're goldfish, they might have, I don't know.
Well, yeah, they've got cash.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely getting one then. That would be great.
Yeah, look into that.
Yeah, that's actually really handy. Yeah, I'd really like.
You can rent out one of your bowls.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's tricky, isn't it? Because they can either be in bowls or they can be in tanks. And obviously tanks a bit sort of, I don't know if that means they sort of drive off in those and cause trouble. I don't know how that works.
That's a problem.
Yeah. So I think bowl is probably better, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, not a tank.
No, but then what?
Don't get tropical fish.
Right.
Because that's a lot of work. Because my dad has tropical. I mean, they're amazing, but he has to clean the tank very often, and the water has to be a certain temperature, and there's quite a lot to worry about.
I don't want that. Why are tropical fish so fussy?
No,
because they're just used to like beautiful seawater, as goldfish I'll have a bowl, please.
And they're all multicolored on their tails.
None of their calico problems over there.
No.
Greedy.
None
If
of
anything, I'd say
the
they're too many. Calm down, guys. It's not fair. Share them out.
Exactly.
Wow. Well, listen, that was a fantastic noise, and thank you. That was. Could I just ask for it once more? Because it was.
You're welcome. Oh yeah.
It's beautiful. It's wonderful. Thank you. Well, very brilliant noise. Thank you very much. And of course, the other question I have to ask you is that this show is suitable for people of all ages. It's family friendly podcast, suitable for every age that you could possibly imagine. Can you imagine an age, Bilal?
10.
Yeah, suitable for 10. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
yeah,
good. Right.
Yeah, any age you imagine, it's fine for them. And so unless you imagine 101, but we go into this regularly. There's issues with 101. Any other age is suitable for.
Yeah.
Not one.
Every other age.
Yeah, but not 100. But any other age you imagine. Anyway, so what I just have to check is that there are going to, if there are going to be any rude words, you definitely won't be saying, so we know this show is going to be safe for everyone.
Oh yeah. Yes. I know a rude word I won't be saying. Flummoxed.
Flummoxed. Oh, yeah. Oh.
You won't be hearing that.
I'm glad. That's yeah. Flummoxed. Yeah. Wow. No, I'm glad you won't be saying that on this show. That's packs quite the punch, that word, actually, and I think we'd probably be shut down immediately.
It's very powerful, isn't it?
Yeah, very powerful word. Hasn't got an A in it though, so I worry that you.
Well, exactly.
Same, yeah.
Which just goes to show we don't need that letter anymore, and the sooner people get behind this,
Yeah, but then we shouldn't really be saying, like, as you pointed out, flummoxed is such an awful word that we probably shouldn't be saying that if you even getting rid of A, you still keep that word. So I don't know if you need to put in more protocols.
Well, I suppose we could put A's in. We could replace the vowels.
Oh yeah.
So it's flamaxed.
Oh, that's
flamaxad.
Yeah.
And then that way that word gets banned.
Yeah. That's lovely. Actually, I like flamaxed. If you want to say that, feel free. Yeah.
Flamaxed. That's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Lovely.
Thank you.
Great. Well, thank you. And thank you for not saying flummoxed. I won't say flummoxed either. And this show will remain
please don't.
safe for everyone. So apart from 101-year-olds. So, listen, the reason I've got you here, I mean, as I said, just honoured that you could be on the show, but I've got two questions, and I think you are the person that can answer these the best. You've got the knowledge that I think can help here. In fact, our first question, we've almost sort of been discussing a little bit in this area. Now, I just want to check, do you want these questions one at a time, read sensibly? Would you like them all at once, super fast, or would you like just a series of noises that you can interpret?
Oh, could you do half of it super fast and half of it as noises? Is that...
I can indeed. So shall I read both questions? The first one super fast and then the second one, or would you want Just one at a time, but the first one's super fast and the second one normal speed.
Yeah, you could do it that way.
Okay.
Nice half and half.
In which case, we'll go for the first question is... My question is, why do dogs bark instead of saying tree? Dog emoji, dog emoji, dog emoji. And that's from Keziah Holland, aged 11, Kansas City. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a very good question. Thank you, Keziah Holland, aged 11. Why do dogs bark instead of saying tree?
Tree, yeah, but she's put, or they've put tree. So they're not saying. So a dog wouldn't just say tree; it would say tree. So I think I haven't counted how many e's here: 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 e's. So they'd have to say a very long tree.
That's a very good question, and because cats, of course, do almost say that when they do a pree. So they are trying to say tree, and make of that what you will. If you prefer cats or dogs, I prefer cats, and I have a lot of respect for them for actually trying to say tree. Dogs have no respect for the whole tree, and they will just say bark. In my opinion, you might disagree, but I just think they've got bad manners. Unfortunately.
It's interesting they've gone for tree because tree is often the thing that dogs just wee against, isn't it? If a dog said tree, it would be the equivalent of me shouting just toilet, and that's all we'd
toilet.
say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's not. You don't want to be doing that.
It's not very nice
on Christmas.
No, especially not at Christmas. Yeah, especially not. Somebody says Merry Christmas and you just go toilet. It would be horrible.
Toilet. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I suppose that's why. But look, I mean, I'd love to see, change in the world. And if dogs can start saying tree, if owners can start encouraging that, that's a step forward. But unfortunately, I just think they're more interested in throwing a ball and then the dog goes and picks up a ball.
Yeah, which again we're back to the goldfish thing of like, oh, you've just brought the ball back to me. I've just been trying to get rid of it. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't want this.
Hey, I saw in a shop that you can buy like a big, like a gun type thing that just fires a tennis ball really far for dogs.
Wow.
That's good, isn't it? But what, do you think it'd go too far?
Yeah. I mean, just like, it's that's sort of if you don't want you want to get rid of your dog, isn't it? You're sort of like, I'll just fire this over there. And you go, I'm going to go have a sandwich and a coffee and I'll leave you to it.
Right. And the ball's gone to France.
Yeah. Yeah. And also then it's starting all sorts of problems with France. Somebody in France just has a tennis ball launched at them from a distance and they're going to launch one back. Before you know it, you've got this big international game of tennis and a lot of confused dogs.
Yeah, that's true. And then, all the politicians have to get involved about this tennis ball thing.
Yeah.
And the whole dog thing. And then the dogs go out and they can't speak French.
No. No. I don't know what French for tree is. My French is terrible. Do you know French for tree?
I can't speak any. No, I did German at school. And I don't know German for tree.
No, me either.
Did you ever learn? I feel like we were never taught the word for tree.
No, I don't.
I'm sure I wasn't ever taught that.
I'm gonna find it while we're talking. The French word for tree is arbre.
Okay.
I think. So let's find the German word for tree. Maybe they don't have trees in Germany. I've been to Germany and I'm sure I remember trees. Oh, Baum, which is nearly a dog noise, though, isn't it? Baum, like.
Oh, so in answer to Keziah's question, or Keziah. Sorry if I'm saying it wrong.
I'm not 100% sure. It's Keiiah, which is an excellent name, but I don't know if I'm saying it.
It's great. Yeah,
it might be.
It's got a Z in the middle. That's great.
It might be Keziah. Could be any of them.
So they are saying tree. German dogs are constantly saying tree. So we were wrong. I was wrong about dogs. Yeah.
Well, you might be, but you see, now my memory is that when I was little and you'd get like when we'd go to France and I didn't speak French, but you'd get like a French comic book and all the dogs in it, instead of saying woof woof, they'd say whoa 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 whoa. And so, which isn't anything like the French for tree, which is arbre. So unless I don't know what German for woof is. What's a German dog say? Oh, they say schuss. Oh,
schuss. Do they?
That's
how are they making the sure noise.
I don't know. Very clever dogs in Germany.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I suppose it's just we're recording this in England. Are you in England?
I think so, unless...
Right,
I mean,
okay.
it's difficult because I haven't been outside for an hour or so, and there's every chance I could have moved. So...
Oh, yeah, that could have happened, yeah. So I guess the dogs are just... There's a different education level across Europe for dogs that we don't have here, unfortunately.
Yes, that's very true. So there's every chance that dogs in some languages could be saying tree. I mean, I suppose the other possibility is if we've said that sort of British dogs are going baum, baum, German for tree, perhaps, perhaps every dog's in the wrong country and they are saying tree, but they're not saying tree in the right place.
So they are all saying tree. Wow.
Maybe.
Dogs.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd say, look, I'm an inventor and a scientist, and I'd say that's enough research. And
it is. It definitely is. Yeah. That's great. That's great. Well, you said it right at the top. You said that they don't respect the tree because they only sort of interested in the bark. But I think that is a big. It must be called barking for a reason.
Oh yeah,
must be.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Wow.
I hope that answered your question.
That was amazing. It was pretty deep, and I think I don't think Keziah, Keziah, I don't think they would have got a more complete and full answer from anywhere else.
No. There you go.
Yeah,
Thank you for a great question.
Maybe from a German dog, because they seem quite smart. But...
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, right. Well, I think then I owe you the next question read in a sensible pace, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So this question is from Willow, age 9, and I should say, as I mentioned before, they don't say age 9 what, so we just assume it's years and not minutes, seconds, eggs. I don't know, but they are age 9, and they asked, "Why Lego so small?" And then they've also put bogies, which I don't know if that's part of the question, or if I don't know what that is for.
Well, it could be. I mean, we can answer it. We can look at it both ways. That's absolutely fine. In our research that we've been doing at the lab I work in, that has been a problem about why is Lego so small. And we've got machines where we can do a thing where we shoot a thing into Lego and it makes it absolutely massive. But what we found is that Lego does need to be quite small because Lego people are quite small.
Oh,
yeah.
Of course, because how like a small Lego person in like a big Lego house would be really tricky.
Yeah, you don't imagine you living in a giant house. You'd have to climb up.
Yeah.
To imagine trying to get a glass of water even.
Yeah.
You'd have to climb up the drawers, which is a good workout and everything.
Yeah. Dangerous though. Really dangerous. And also Lego people's heads fall off quite easily. So it's, you're in for all sorts of trouble. You climb up a drawer, fall off, your head pops off.
Head falls off,
ruined. Yeah.
Exactly. And then imagine trying to turn a tap on.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
A nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's small so that it works for the people that use it or live it. It's got to be accessible for them.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. Because we looked at it, we did all these trials, and we got a little Lego person to try and live in a massive house, and he did that. He managed to do the glass of water, but then he tried to do toast. And he did a great job eventually. I mean, it took a couple of hours, but he got some bread into the toaster, and then he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And when the toast was done, he was on top of the toast, and he's gone absolutely flying.
That's really sad. That's really sad. Is he okay?
Really sad. I mean, he was okay. Yeah, he was fine. He just hung on to the light.
Yeah.
And dangled there for a bit, and we got him down.
That's good. Yeah, that's
the thing. I mean, Lego people are tiny, and Lego houses, of course.
Yeah, it's a shame he wasn't wearing one of the little astronaut ones, because they've got the little jetpacks, and he could have just sort of got down safely.
That's true.
Yeah.
We tried that as well, but then that's difficult because then the jetpack. I mean, he went flying, even further.
Sure.
Because it turned on.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't even question. You're doing the experiments. I know. I apologize. You've clearly thought of all these. Things, and I mean, I suppose that there's also the element of I'm going to go out there. I'm going to say it. I've built Lego before. I don't want to boast or anything, but I've made some. And I suppose if it was really big, it'd be really hard to make it and carry it because it would take ages. And yeah,
It would. I mean, did you used to have the you get that like red? Well, when I was little, we had that sort of red container of Lego, which was quite nice. I think that was like a popular thing, or it used to be. I don't know if it still is. But yeah, you wouldn't want that to be the size of your house.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How do you get it home?
It'd be awful. It'd be awful. How would you put one block on top of another? It would be so heavy. You'd
have to put the thing on wheels to get it home. And obviously I don't believe in wheels.
Yeah.
So it would have to be on the skateboard, and then you have to be on the top of a hill.
Yeah.
And slide, it's
It's really tricky. I mean, do you think just to check on the other side, there are some Lego pieces that are incredibly small and they always go missing, and there's always like never enough of them, and they're often really fiddly. Are those bits too small? Like, is there an argument for making those bits a little bit bigger?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Lego can be bigger. I mean, can you get Lego pieces that are a bit bigger? I thought.
Oh, it's Duplo. That's for like little dudes.
Oh, okay.
Like proper little dudes. They get Duplo and they're a bit bigger. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But hurt.
Oh, it could all be slightly bigger.
They all hurt the same if you step on. I don't think it matters the size. If you step on one, it is unbelievably painful.
You're not supposed to step on them, and you have to stop doing that.
Right. Okay.
I have to tell you. Someone had to tell you.
Yeah.
You've got to stop stepping on all the Lego in your house.
Oh, is that not?
Mm.
But I thought you used it like a rug. I've been using it like a rug.
No, that's not supposed to be a rug.
Oh,
that's you're supposed to have an actual rug in your house. And Legos for making stuff.
Oh, but not rugs. So you can't make a rug of Lego.
No, you can make a rug for a little Lego man,
right,
or a little Lego family,
right.
But you're not supposed to have it for yourself. You can't really have Lego stuff for yourself. You can't have a Lego car.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's really sad because because I liked that if I wanted to add new bits to my car, I could just sort of do it myself.
No, it's not allowed. It's illegal.
Oh, it's illegal, is it? Okay.
It's illegal to have Lego on your car.
I'm going to be I'm probably in quite a lot of trouble. Yeah, I'm probably in quite a lot of trouble. I mean, also I did get, that must be why the sort of police stopped me when I was going down the hill and just half the car fell off.
Yeah, and that's Lego police.
Yeah.
As well.
It was Lego police. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I just sort of like
you're in trouble
pop their heads off and run away. It was quite,
well, yeah, that's the good thing. Yeah. And also, when they put you in jail, I mean, it's easy. You just move the bar.
Yeah, I mean, really, the consequences of me doing this aren't as serious as you made them out to be at all. Yeah. You're
right. Actually, you know what? Go for it. It's fine.
Do what I like. Yeah, take that, Lego people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, I do worry. I should, for the listeners of this show, I don't. This show does not endorse any being mean to Lego people. They are. I think we're very lucky that they come into our homes. They let us build their homes and their cars. Mm-hmm. It's quite an.
It's fun to play with.
Yeah, that's it. But for them, it's life,
stuff.
Isn't it? It's.
Yeah,
that's for us. It's a game. For them, it's life, and that's
exactly.
We've got to remember that. Wow, and I mean, well, I think that's I don't know if I feel like that's massively comprehensively answered. Thank you, but just before we finish that, Willow did add at the end bogeys, and I just wonder what your thoughts.
Oh yeah, the answer is yes. That's correct.
Yeah,
that's completely correct. Yeah, well done. You got that. That's right. Yeah. Bogeys.
Great. Yeah. That's what I mean. I don't know what else you could say about that really. It's no. So it's
exactly
perfect.
Yeah.
It's almost art. Yeah. Well, thank you, Bilal, and thank you so much for sparing your time in your very busy schedule. And have you got is the rest of today a pair-based activity or something else?
Yeah, I'm doing a conference about pears as well, and we are also going to criticize bananas.
What?
Yeah, that's a little sneak. That's a bit of a spoiler
Wow.
for the event.
Yeah.
But I was going to drop that, and there's going to be all sorts of scientists storming out of the room. But look, you've got to move with the times. And
man, there's no other fruit that you can use as a telephone. Like what are you gonna... No, there isn't.
Let me think.
No, think about... You go on, you think about it.
That's a good point, isn't it? Okay, maybe I'll have to... Right.
Yeah.
It's just because I've written a long speech about that.
I'm sorry. Well,
So,
yeah. Okay. Well, maybe. Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't want to ruin your.
Right.
I feel like I've really.
I have to rethink. I have to rethink the whole plan, the whole strategy.
I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
Oh, there is. That's right. There's nothing else like a phone.
No.
Bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah. We spent millions.
Yeah. Well,
the research.
And I'm very sorry to. I'm very sorry to. Possibly.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Thanks so much for doing it. Very good luck with the pear campaign, and the banana rethink. And again, I'm very sorry.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks a gazillion times to Bilal for being able to join the podcast in the middle of his pear campaign, which is obviously very important. I'm sure there'll be petitions about it going round soon. And I do hope that Willow and Keziah, that you were pleased with your answers, as after all, Bilal is an expert. I'm not entirely sure in what, but he definitely is one. If you have anything at all that you want to send in, whether that's your questions to be answered, jokes, which other fruits should be banned to make way for the pear, suggestions for boyfriends for Linda, or if you've been a detective and you know exactly who did fart, then please let us know and get your Grouchcopter Buffleheads, I mean grown-ups, to help you. Email us at podcast@comedyclub4kids.co.uk. Do come and see our live Comedy Club for Kids shows, and you can find details for them at comedyclub4kids.co.uk. And if your grown-ups fancy buying us a cup of panda dung tea for dealing with all your fart-related queries, so you won't find out that actually it was, in fact, them who farted. Oh no, I've just given it away, haven't I? Oh dear. Anyway, well, they can do that at ko-fi.com/Comedy Club for Kids. Right, well, now I've dealt with all your reviews and emails, I'm wondering what I should do with all this lovely quiet time I have on my hands. I mean, it doesn't really happen very often. Maybe I should read a book, or I could watch a film, or I could eat some crisps, or I could...
You have been listening to Comedy Club for Kids presents Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense, Radio Nonsense. It's the end.